Holy crap. Hi, my name is Purist, and welcome to my rant. Episode 6. How Nintendo ruined the games industry. I've been putting this off for so long because I felt like it needed a lot of work for people to convince them of what I was saying was not just pure crazy rants. I mean, I've said it in various videos. I even said the synopsis of it in one of my videos, but this is going to be the full unabridged reasoning of how Nintendo has actually ruined the modern games industry. And well, it starts with the Wii. Released in 2006, the Wii is one of the world's best-selling consoles. All right, it even, the Nintendo Entertainment System was the first one that truly clawed back. In fact, this is, Nintendo both saved and also doomed the gaming industry, which is very poetic, actually. Because the Nintendo Entertainment System was also my first system. But I actually escaped most of the Nintendo, nostalgia pieces because we lived out on a farm. Me as parents, we didn't even own the house where we lived. We rented it. We got all the games rented out from Blockbuster when that was a thing. The only 2 games I owned on this were Super Star Wars Episode 4, which I don't even believe was called Episode 4. I think it was just called Star Wars. Maybe? And I believe a Kirby game. The first Kirby game. I think. It was like a weird ass platform that starred a pink thing. Like a pink blob. But yeah. Nintendo clawed back the game industry when it, basically crapped itself over the tons and tons of copies and shareware that happened over that period. Yeah, because then the shareware just moved to PC with Doom and all the Doom clones, but that's a whole nother story. Back to Nintendo. Now you see, what the fuck, really? Anyway, being distracted. Here we go. We looks like it's the 6th most sold console in existence. Yeah, it was the highest selling console of its time when actually let's go into this, shall we? Developed and marketed by Nintendo, it was released on November 19, 2006 in North America and December 2006 for most other regions of the world. Fun story about the Wii. One first console I remember us getting, which is amazing. And I just remember standing in the middle of a shopping center holding a massive great white box with plastic handles that cut into my freaking hands, waiting for my mum to come, like, get me for the shopping, wherever the fuck she was. I just remember that. Now, yeah, I mean, as it says, Satoru Iwata, the late Nintendo president, yeah, the development of the Wii with a strategy focused on appealing to a broader audience through innovative gameplay rather than competing on Microsoft and Sony on war computing power. Shigeru Miyamoto and Genyo Takeda led the project, which was initially codenamed Revolution, and I distinctly remember this. I think it was I hmm. I do have a collection of old Game Informers that I only just remembered about. I'm unsure. I do have a lot of them. I have like over 100 of them. I'm unsure if I have the exact magazine in which I remembered seeing the previews of a PlayStation 3 with that weird, ugly ass boomerang fucking controller that they had. And I remember reading the the code name for this, the Nintendo Revolution. That's what they called it. And I remember being really intrigued about it. But this is my assertion that this focus on bringing gaming to a wider audience is basically what's wrong with the industry right now. And it's granted, there are like some stages of like it going up, and like some games companies doing really good stuff, although it's very slow going. Because without Wii and its innovation for motion controls, we wouldn't have VR, and we wouldn't have anything of that nature. Because obviously, with how successful the Wii was, everyone wanted to copy it. So in comes motion controllers. Yeah, the first ones were in arcades, of course. Became more widely distributed with the 7th generation video game consoles with the Nintendo Wii. And then, I suppose, yeah, the 6-axis controller with the PS3. I forgot there was a motion control, kind of. Yeah, I forgot that. Yeah, featured 3-axis accelerometer motion tracking and a 1-axis gyroscope, but not including haptic feedback, which is I'm not really sure about haptic feedback, like the whole vibration thing. I don't get why that's still a thing. Anyway, Cinnamon Conto citing interference concerns. Okay, yep. Yeah, several one-based devices with accelerometer and gyroscopic sensors followed, including the... Okay, I didn't know about this. The Asus E-Stick. It's primarily produced by Asus Tech Computer Inc. The computer family began with the release... I do know the EPC notebook. I didn't know that they had a motion control with those laptops. Okay, that's kind of cursed. Yeah. Okay, this was the ones that I actually knew of. Yeah, the Sony PlayStation Move was the first one, which included the PlayStation Eye to aid in tracking, and then Project, what was it called? What was Kinect called before? Um, perhaps I'm gonna click on it. Click on it. What was it called before development? What was it called? What's the this is gonna piss me off. Project Nate Natal, that's it. Right, cool. I knew I had that in my head brain somewhere. That was gonna annoy me to no end. Wow. They continued developing for the Kinect in 2023. Dude. Wow. Anyway, um yeah. Every gaming console maker wanted to get in the motion control fun, and it continued as a bit of fad until, you know, the Quest and Valve's I believe they started with it was like the HTC Vive. That was it was like partnered with Valve. Yeah, and there was I remember there was like a plugin for like Mass Effect 3, and I remember vaguely connecting, like getting a Kinect for that specific game, because you could control there was like a whole gimmick with Kinect for Mass Effect 3 that you could control it with your voice and issue squad mate commands through the microphone attached. I thought that was so freaking cool. But I kind of forgot about it. Now, with everyone trying to emulate the sales of the Wii through like copying motion controls, now I forgot to they actually thought could we like appeal to like other people, and they thought mobile. What do mobile games have? A lot of engagement via microtransactions. And these were first developed in games. I mean, these were already in like gaming, like mobile games, at least since the iPhone 3, I believe. Wait. Okay, I didn't know this. Initially, microtransactions in games took the form of exchangeable amount of money for virtual currency used in the game the user was playing. The arcade game Double Dragon 3 was set as... Oh, wait, that not... was infamous for its use of microtransactions to purchase items from the game. I never knew that was an arcade game that actually used microtransactions. I mean, aside from the fact that you push, like, coins in and... that... I mean, arcades were basically first microtransactions, right? But I never knew there was an arcade game that let you purchase stuff inside the game for real coins. That's actually diabolical. Insert coins in arcade machines to purchase upgrades, power ups, health, weapons, special moves, and player characters. Dude! Okay, I'm finding out this with you guys. Microtransaction revenue mode gained popularity in South Korea with the success of Nexon's online free-to-play games, starting with Quiz, followed by games all Maple Story. I remember that game. I didn't know it was from Korea, though. Mabinogi and Dungeon Fighter. Okay. Notable examples of games that used this model in the early 2000s was social networking site Habbo Hotel. Vaguely heard about that. And oh god, Second Life. I remember trying to get into this when I was a teenager. I mean, luckily I didn't actually spend real life money in this game, but I was fucking bored. Yeah, you could buy like, yeah, clothing style cameras. Yep. And yep, here's the one that everyone knows of. Also, recently remastered as of a couple of days ago. The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion was released in March 2006 by Bethesda Softworks, only a couple months before. Well, actually, wait. Oh shit, I closed out of it. Um, yeah, released in the US November 19. Okay, so my theory is a little bit off because I kind of forgot like the whole timing thing for like the first microtransaction with. Okay, um, okay, but I didn't know like microtransactions were like this. I did know it was before like I heard about the horse armor from the old stores Bolivian, but I didn't know it was like this old. I thought it was only through mobile phones that like microtransactions kind of reared their ugly head. And Bethesda Softworks kind of like made it popular within you know, Western video games. Even though I definitely remember everyone freaking hated it and was confused by it when this came out. Actually, I'm just I'm wondering. This is my Steam library. Oblivion Remastered. Does it still sell the horse armor? No, it doesn't. Oh, that will at least include it for nostalgia. Come on. What's in the deluxe upgrade? Um, New quests for unique digital Akitoshi Metharoon's Dagon armors, weapons, and. Oh, okay, yeah. That's where the horse armor is. It's bundled in this. Okay. Digital art book and soundtrack. Okay. That's where the horse armor went. Okay, cool. Okay. Oh, and by the way, I did buy the remaster. I was I was like, you know, a little bit iffy on it, but then I saw it included both their expansions, Shivering Isles and Knights of the Nine. So I got it. Because if it included the 2 expansions, then it's a really good value. I mean, that's what I thought. Anyway, back to this. From April 2006 onwards, Bethesda began releasing small downloadable packages for content from the website and over the Xbox Live Marketplace for the equivalent of between $1 and $3 US. The first package, a set of horse armor, barding. Oh, is that what it's actually called? Huh. Barding is body armor for war horses. The practice of armoring horses first developed in fishing. Oh. I didn't know there was actual visual specific name for it. Was released on April 3rd, 2006, costing 200 marketplace points, equivalent to $2.50 US or £1.50. The corresponding PC release cost was $2 US. Bethesda offered no rationale for the price discrepancy. These are not the first Oblivion-related marketplace releases. The first were a series of dashboard themes and picture packs released prior to Oblivion's publication in February 2006 for a nominal fee. Yeah, nor were they entirely unexpected. Bethesda previously announced a desire to support the Xbox release with downloadable marketplace content, and other publishers had already begun to release similar packages for their games at similar prices. A November 2005 release of a Winter Warrior pack for Cameo Elements of Power? Or Camo? Okay. Was published at 200 marketplace points, and similar content additions to meet scheduled for Project Gotham Racing 3 and Perfect Dark Zero. Okay. Okay, but I still stand by this is like the first Western development, because Cameo is a release published by Sega? Yes, Sega. Is it? Oh no. Where? I've never heard of this. Anyway. I know Project Gotham Racing is... Oh, it's Bizarre Create. Why do I always imagine Project Gotham Racing was done by an Eastern game company? I don't know. I know, okay, no. Perfect Dark Zero, yeah. Yep. Marketplace editions formed a significant part of a March 2006 Microsoft announcement regarding the future of Xbox Live. Downloadable in-game content is the main focus of Microsoft's strategy heading into the next-gen console war. Oh, look. Peter Moore. He used to be, Yep. By this time, he was at Microsoft. Then he went to EA, which, is my first inclination of, microtransactions in Mass Effect 3. I mean, microtransactions is a little... I mean, I have also done with microtransactions, but this was my interaction with loot boxes in Mass Effect 3. First appeared in 2004. Okay, latter half of the... Okay, Battlefront 2. Yeah, that's... Rarity, complete gacha. Yeah, massively multiplayer games. See, 2007. It only started at the end of the 2000s, mid to late 2000s. Show the okay success of Zynga. Wait, correct me if I'm wrong, but wait, hang on. Zynga was purchased by EA at around this time. Oh wait, no. Shit. All these mega corporations blur together. It's, yeah, obviously, it's Take-Two. Take-Two owns Zynga. Yeah, because, yeah, they were the ones who made Farmville and Cityville and all those Facebook games. Yeah, and this is like the whole thing with like this. The Wii is what started wanting games to be this worldwide thing and include everyone. So how do you include everyone? By lowering the game's floor to the lowest common denominator, which is basically picking up what people had from like Facebook, MySpace games, to bring that in to regular games, with the issue of making shit tons of money from all those other people. And that also really basically went into all the controversy about loot boxes, as they take advantage of, underprivileged, people who don't actually have the wherewithal to actually know what they're spending is actually real money, and that gets into a whole thing with people. And that goes into like other ways to make money, as in the season pass. And also, look at COD. Look at all this bullshit. Operator pack, weapon collection, operating pack. Like, Black Ops 2, as well as all the price of the storage as well. It's not just price of all this, junk in the game. It's also actual hard drive space that you also pay money to actually store the fucking shit. It escalates and builds upon itself like a crazy, rickety fucking castle. Like, I mean, to the point where this game comes in early access for, I think it came out of early access in end of 2019, I believe. I think it's been in early access for like 5 years, and yeah, it basically pushed back against all that stuff. And look at, well, hang on, go back. Let me show all the awards you got. There we go. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, plus the only game to win every single game of the awards show in its year that it released. And that's all without any microtransactions, any bullshit that everyone expects to have in their games now. To the point where like games developers are always saying, "Oh no, you can't replicate this because it's impossible, because they had the game like the D&D license and they had help from backers Kickstart." No, mate. Games companies are just too lazy to actually realize what we've lost, to actually make games like they did. I mean, to the point, they actually had to release Oblivion again. I mean, okay, the reason why they did release Oblivion again is because, well, Bethesda had been losing money for like a little while. I mean, they tried to release Redfall with Arkham, not Arkham, what's it called? Arcane. That didn't work. So they tried to release Starfield. That also didn't work because it released under the shadow of Baldur's Gate 3. That also sucked. And I'm guessing that like everyone Bethesda just thought, fuck it, let's re-release Oblivion and remaster it. And what do you know? People like it. It's almost like games were really fucking good back then. What? Like, it is absolutely extremely simple if you think about it. Because before 2006, before the Wii came out, we only had like our little niche, our little like bubble that people released to, and we were happy. But then along came Nintendo with its big friggin' bag of, you know, dirty trading card money and said, no, we're gonna make gaming for literally everybody. And what they do, they release it, made companies realize they must compete with what they had by also copying them, which kind of didn't work, but also did for VR. That's like the only thing that happened that was actually really good. But they exclusively marketed game consoles to everybody where they hadn't before, all because of the Nintendo Wii. Nintendo started the downfall of the gaming industry. And I will say this until I die to whoever will listen, okay? Please share this. Like, share, subscribe to this channel if you enjoy this kind of content. Like, this may sound like a conspiracy theory, but if you look at what's happened, throughout the industry about how gaming must appeal to everybody at all costs, even at the expense of the games that we are making, you can see that I'm not crazy, okay? And, you know, since the Nintendo Switch 2 is coming out, with its cost of $450 US, using like tier pricing systems for its Discord variant, for the release of upgrades to older games and physical copies of those same games costing more than the digital versions. Plus, again on top of that, they are selling online access as well as access to classic games that is in their library that they release for near on full price, if not like a little bit older. Nintendo has fucked the game industry, and I am sick of no one is talking about this. No one has talked about this. Everything went downhill when the Wii came out. Everything. You've listened to me. You've listened to me about this. Go and look it for yourself. Everything started fucking up when the Nintendo Wii arrived and pissed all over gaming. That should have been the title. How Nintendo weed on the gaming industry. that would have been great title, but I've already made the title. I Yeah, I feel like if I actually like did make it like that, I feel like Nintendo will be very mad at me. Might send its copyright lawyers for like besmirching the company name or something. If this video is taken down, remember me, I've tried. Anyway, go and look up. This is all on Wikipedia. You can look at the sources. It's all there. The logic's all there. Now, I'm gonna go. That's the end of my rant. Hope you learned something. And do not buy whatever Nintendo sells. I know it's nostalgia filled. I know it's great to like play the new Donkey Kong game in bed or whatever, but it's not fucking worth it. Just get a Steam Deck. That's what I'm gonna do. If you need that portable NES, just get a Steam Deck. They're about the same price anyway. Plus, it's got more power, and you can stream from your PC if you got one. Stream from the cloud. Anyway, that's enough from me. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend. I've been Purist, signing off.